All right, let's talk about AI. It is absolutely everywhere, and if you're feeling a bit, well, overwhelmed by it all, you are definitely not alone. But what if we could just flip the script a little? Today, we're going to cut through all that noise and get down to what really matters, how you can turn AI from this big, scary thing into a practical, powerful partner for your actual life. So, let's get into it.
So yeah, this is really the question, isn't it? Is AI some kind of tidal wave that's just going to wash over us? Or is it something you can actually get in the cockpit and steer? That feeling of being overwhelmed is totally normal. But the goal here is to shift your perspective from feeling powerless to feeling empowered.
This is the big idea, the one thing I really want you to take away today. Thinking of AI as your co-pilot. Now think about it. A co-pilot doesn't actually fly the plane for you, right? They help out, they manage systems, they give you data, but the pilot, that's you, is always in command. And that's the perfect way to think about AI. It's a partner that makes you better.
And this really breaks it down. On one side, you've got the autopilot mindset. That's passive. It's just handing over the controls and kind of hoping for the best. The thinking is, just do this for me. But the co-pilot mindset, that's active. You are firmly in the driver's seat. It's not about replacing you, it's about augmenting you. The whole request changes from do it for me to, hey, help me do this better. That simple shift right there is what keeps you in control and makes you way more effective.
You know, before you even open up an AI tool or think about writing a prompt, the most critical work has to happen in your own head. Seriously, using AI well has less to do with fancy prompts and more to do with just having a clear strategy. You got to know where you're going before you even start the engine.
So here's a super simple way to think about that strategy. Let's call it your 3-step flight plan. First, step 1, identify the goal. What's the final destination? What are you actually trying to accomplish? Step 2, define the task. Get specific. Is it drafting an email? Is it brainstorming ideas? Is it analyzing a spreadsheet? And then, and only then, do you move to step 3. Select the right tool for that specific job. Goal, task, tool. It sounds simple, but it is so powerful.
Okay, so enough with the theory. Let's actually put this flight plan into action. How does this co-pilot really help you out at work? Let's dig into a couple of real-world examples that I think pretty much all of us are going to relate to.
Oh yeah, the inbox. For so many of us, it's just this source of constant anxiety, right? It's a huge time drain, just a non-stop flood of requests and information and noise. So, how can our co-pilot possibly help us here?
Just look at the night and day difference here. Before, you might spend a solid hour just sorting, reading, and fighting your way through emails. But with your AI co-pilot, it does all the heavy lifting. It can summarize those ridiculously long email chains, draft replies to common questions, and even pull out the stuff that's actually urgent. So your job? It totally changes. You're not doing the grunt work anymore, you're doing the strategic work. You just review, edit, and send. That hour-long slog just became 15 minutes of focused, high-level decision-making. That's a game changer.
And here's another one we've all felt. That blinking cursor on a totally blank page. Whether it's a report you have to write, a presentation, or just a simple email, sometimes getting started is the absolute hardest part. It can feel totally paralyzing.
And this is where your co-pilot can be an amazing creative partner. Instead of you just sitting there struggling, the AI can brainstorm a few different outlines or maybe suggest some headlines. It can even generate a really rough first draft. The key is, it gives you something to work with, something to react to. It's not writing for you, it's kickstarting the process with you. Then you come in and do what humans do best. You refine it, you fact-check it, and most importantly, you add your unique voice and perspective.
Now, this whole co-pilot mindset isn't just for your 9-to-5 job, not at all. It can be an incredible catalyst for your own personal growth and for learning new things. Let's see how this works when you're just trying to level up yourself. So let's say you want to learn a new language, or maybe learn to code, or even play the guitar. You've got the ambition, but the path forward just seems foggy, you know? Like, where do you even start? What's the very first thing you should do?
Well, the old way was just getting lost on a rabbit hole of endless YouTube tutorials, right? With an AI co-pilot, you can literally ask it to build you a personalized, week-by-week learning plan based on your specific goals. And the best part? When you get stuck on something, which you will, it becomes your own personal on-demand tutor. It can explain really complex ideas in super simple terms and even create little practice quizzes for you. It gives you structure and support, which can just massively speed up your learning curve.
Okay, so now we're probably feeling pretty excited, ready to get started, but hold on. Every good pilot knows you absolutely need some rules of the road. You need a pre-flight checklist to make sure you're doing this smartly, safely, and effectively. So, this is your essential checklist. Number 1, and this is the most important, you are still the pilot in command. The final call, the final responsibility is always yours. Number 2, always verify critical information. AI gets things wrong sometimes. It hallucinates. You have to be the fact checker. 3, protect your data. Please don't put sensitive personal or company information into these public tools. 4, remember the goal is to augment your skills, not to let them get rusty. And finally, just start small. Pick one little task in your life and experiment. See what works for you.
I really love this quote from the computer science pioneer Alan Kay. It just perfectly captures this co-pilot idea. We don't have to just sit back and passively watch what future AI is going to create. By learning to use these tools with a clear strategy, we get to be active participants. We get to help invent that future.
And that's really the bottom line here. You are the architect. You're the strategist. You're the pilot. AI isn't in charge. It's just maybe the most powerful and flexible tool that's ever been put into our hands.
So I'll just leave you with this thought. Your co-pilot is right there, in the cockpit, waiting for your instructions. The question is no longer if you'll use AI. The real question is how. So what's it going to be? What problem are you going to solve? What are you going to create? What's your first destination?